Okay, so we'll start. Where did we stop? Can anyone say? The last class, where did we stop? Yes, anyone?
Ma'am, we were about to start with object-oriented concepts.
Yes. Or we have done all this. Okay. So we'll start with what is class, object, and method. So in the OP, so what is this? OP stands for object oriented programming. So in procedure programming is about writing procedures or methods that perform operations on the data, while object oriented programming is about creating objects that contains both data and methods. Object oriented programming has several advantages over procedural programming. So in OP, object oriented programming is fast and easier to execute. So what's the difference between C and C++ generally, or Java? Means here C++ and Java both are object oriented, but whereas Java is pure object oriented. So then how we differentiate between procedure and object oriented programming? So object oriented programming is faster and easier to execute and provides clear structure for the program. So object oriented programming also gives us a very clear structure for the program. So then OP helps to keep the Java code dry, don't repeat yourself. So it makes the code easier to maintain, modify, and debug. So that's what here. Java don't repeat again and again. We know the slogan of Java: write once, read, execute any number of times. Write once and read many number of times. That's what here we say. So then OOP makes it possible to create full reusable applications with less code and shorter development time. What are classes and objects? Classes and objects are the two main concepts of object-oriented programming. So let us see one small example. So how, looking at the following illustrations, we can see the difference between class and the object. Class, fruit. Whatever we have, all fruits are available. All these belongs to one class called as a fruit. So in that fruit, if I say apple, which it also a fruit, but it is one characteristics or one property of a fruit. So in fruit there are so many properties. So maybe sweet, color, appearance, structure. There are so many things. Then apple is like a round or oval. So then banana, this is also fruit, but how the fruit banana is compared to, if we compare colors between apple and banana, apple is a red in color, banana is yellow in color. So colors are different, and the shape, apple is different shape, banana is different shape, and sweetness, taste, both are different. Apple is different and banana is different. So that this is how the difference between the class and the object. The same way mango. So mango, again it is different from apple. Apple is a red color, mango is orange, light orange, banana yellow. So like this, there are so many differences between all these three apples, three fruits. These three fruits again belongs to a class called as a fruit, but each one have its own properties. So apple has its own property, banana has its own property, mango is having its own property. So then apple, banana, and mango, we call them as objects. And all these belongs to which class? It belongs to a fruit class. Understood what it is? So class means fruit. Again in fruit, we specifically say what it is. So then that is what is called as an object. So then Java classes and object, everything in Java is associated with class and objects along with its attributes and methods. For example, in real life, a car is an object. Let us take one more. Car is an object. The car has attributes such as weight, color, method, such as drive and a brake. Okay, so how many cars you know? Guys, you have to say yes. How many cars are there? Only one car? one shape? Yes, anyone?
No, ma'am.
How many variety? Okay, who is manufacturing cars? Can I list one or two? List one or two people who are manufacturing cars.
Mahindra.
Mahindra,
Ford.
Ford,
Tata.
Tata. Okay,
Tesla.
okay. Weights are same for all the cars.
No, ma'am.
Different cars have different weights.
Yes, ma'am. They are different.
Okay, how they are different?
By the
How they are-
same.
When we say car, all should be same weight. Why they are made it as different weights?
Petrol engine, diesel engine.
Okay. You are speaking about engine. I am speaking about weight. Okay. You are saying weight with respect to petrol and weight with respect to diesel. Diesel is heavier. Petrol is lightweight. Why all these differences? Exact meaning. Why the weights are different?
The
You know.
purity.
Uh-huh. Yes, someone is saying something. Yeah.
Because they are the attributes.
Attributes fine, but again you should say real world cars have different weights. Why?
Ma'am, different brands and they have the unique structures, ma'am.
Okay, unique structures. One thing
The
you need.
material which is built by it, ma'am. Some are metal.
Yes,
Some are-
yes. One by one, you are giving the answers. So structures are different. So when structure is different, weights also will different. Along with that, someone told materials are different, right? So some people may use plastic, some people may use iron, some people may use some other material. So based on that, the weights also different. Okay, then color. Do we have different colors for the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we have so many colors. So in the same way, brake, drive. So brakes. Is it different? Okay, I think you will
No,
be
ma'am.
heard.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll be heard about self-driving cars. Yes, the
Yes, ma'am.
self-driving cars. How is it working? How the self-driving cars are working? A driver is not there. It only will go. Then
GPS.
how? GPS.
Proximity sensors, everything.
Sensors and
Yes, if they are using sensors along with that voice recognition. So because it's a self-driving car, today I will take my car, tomorrow can you take my car? Can I allow you to take my car?
No, ma'am.
So then there should be some difference, right? Yes or no? There
Yes,
should be some difference. So in that case, we have different sensors, different voice recognition. There are so many things. Okay. So in the same way, then what is a constructor? A class and object constructor or a blueprint for creating an object. So let us just see the example. How do we create a class? To create a class, we use a keyword called class. So then main.java, create a class named main with a variable x. So what we do, we just see how to create a class. So we told that class is a public access specifier. And in that we are creating a main. Then in that we have a variable called as a x. And we are saying that x is of type integer. And we are assigning some value that is 5. So this is how we create a class. Class and main, these two are the keywords. We cannot use how we want. Yes, so that's how you are creating a class. Then how do we create an object? I just told that class means fruit, object means apple, but this is okay for real time. But when we come to the programming, we should know how to create a class and how to create an object. So this is how we create a class and how to create an object in Java. An object is created from a class. So that's what here, fruit is a class. From fruit, we are saying whether it is an apple. So in the same way here also, we already created a class named my class. So now we can use this to create object. So to create an object of my class, specify the class name followed by object name. To do this, we are using a new keyword called as a new. So creating an object called my object and the print the value of x. So what we are doing, we are creating one object and we are printing a value of x. So we have already created a class. And in that we have a main method. So for this main, this is a main. We have just given a class as a main. And again, don't get confused with this main and this main. This is different and this is different. So this main says to us that's what I'm saying. Always you should not use the keywords because it get confused. So instead of main, it is better to use something else. Okay. So the main string argument, and here because this class is a main, my object, and how do I create? We use a new main. Then we are just printing the my object dot x from x where we are taking from a class. And what is this my object? We have created an object. Okay, so multiple object. Can we create multiple objects? Yes, we can create multiple objects. So creating two objects of the main. So the same way here, same main. So main object 1, main my object 2. So we have created two objects. So that is object 1 and object 2. So again, we are just printing x for both the things. Will we get the same output or different output? What is the output of this program? What's out?
5, 5.
Yes, 5, 5. Though we create any number of objects, but here in this program, we have taken x value as 5 and we are displaying it as a 5, displaying 2 times the x. So then it will be printed 5, 5. Okay. So using multiple classes, can I use multiple classes? Yes, we can create multiple classes. We can also create an object of class and access it in another class. Yes, we can do. That's what inheritance we are doing. This is often used for better organization of classes. One class has all the attributes and the methods, while the other class holds the main method code to be executed. Remember, the name of the Java file should match the class name. This is what I was repeating you people. Always your Java file name and class name should be same. So in this example, we create two files in the same directory or a folder, main.java, second.java. In the main.java, this is one file, main.java, what we have done, x equals to 5. And one more, we are creating second.java because the name is second. So then we are creating an object and we are calling this my object new main. Means from here, this is a one more class. We are calling this object in this variable from one class called as a main. We are creating an object for that and we are printing this. What we have done, we have called the two classes. One is main class and another one is a second class. So here what it means is we are using the multiple classes. You can use a multiple classes. When both files have compiled, so how do we compile? So we have to use javac main.java, javac second.java. So the Java, but compiling, which file I have to compile, which class I have to compile? Yes, which one I have to run? Which one should I run? Compiling means removing the errors. For both the programs, I have tried and I removed all the errors. Okay, now I have to run the program. Which one should I run?
Java second.
Yes, second.java we have to compile because I have a main method here. So we always know the execution start from a main. So that's the reason we have to say Java second. And we are just printing. The output of this program will be 5. Why? Because here we have created an object, my object, and my object dot x. What is x value? 5. So this 5 will be printed. So this is how here we have a multiple classes. So we have seen all this with small example. Next we see on how attributes are there. So we use the term variable for x in the example as shown below. It is actually an attribute of class, or you could say that class attributes are variables within a class. So now I just told you fruit and mango, apple, banana. So these are the objects. Then I should say apple attribute is color of the color of the apple, color, taste of the apple is different from banana. Shape is also different. Like that, we see about a class attributes. So we have created a class called as a main, and we have two attributes, that is x and y. So earlier we have taken one variable, now we have taken one more variable y. So what are the attributes we have here? We have two, that is x and y. What are the data types of x and y? It is integer. What is the values we have passed for x and y? 5 and 3. So how do I access them? How do I access this 5 and 3? Just now we have seen. So accessing the attributes. So we can access attributes by creating an object of the class and by using a dot operator. The following example will create an object of main class with the name my object. We use x attributes of an object to print its value. So we can just see how did we print. So in the last slide, we have seen how the x was printed. Same way here, we have just showing how to print the x value. So next we move on to the class fundamentals. We told about class, what are objects. So before we move on to much about the thing, we see what are the fundamentals of class. Class can be thought of as a user-defined data type. What is a class? Class is a user-defined data type. So we can create variables, that is objects of that type. Yes, we can create. So we can give any data type for the class. So we can say that class is a template of an object, and an object is an instance of a class. Most of the time, the term object and instance are used interchangeably. So the general form of a class, generally how we write a class. So a class contain what is there in the class. We have a instance variable and a members. Yes. So data members is there, and variables also we have, and a code. So this is a method 1, method 2. Like this, what we have a member data. Yes, this is what is data, variable 1, variable 2. This is called as data. This is called as a methods. So both are present in the class. They operate on the data. The general form. So we say class, any name, class name. How many variables we want, we can create here. And the data types, whether integer, character, float, whatever we want, we can give. And the type of method, whether I want my method to be visible, everyone, I can give public, private, protected. Based on my access specifiers, I can give type. Then method, along with that, not only access specifier, I can say whether integer, what type. In case if you want to call this method, we can even give a return types also. So then method 1 and parameter list. How many parameters you want to pass, you can pass. Then the body of the method. Then the body, one more method 2, and the parameter list in the same way here. Here the class name is a valid name given to the class. Variable declared within a class are called as an instance variable. So what is these two are called? These two are called as a instance variable, because every instance, that is object of a class, contain its own copy of variable. The code is contained within the methods. So whatever you write, so addition, multiplication, subtraction, primary number, whatever the code you want to write for the class for some problem. So it is present where? It is present in the methods. Either it may be in method 1 or it may be in method 2. Method and instance variables collectively called as a member of a class. So what we say? Both methods and variables, both put together, they are called as a member of a class. A simple class, here we will consider a simple example for creating the class, creating object and using members of a class. One can store a following program in a single file called as a boxdemo.java, or two classes can be saved in two different files with the name box.java and boxdemo.java. So you can store anyhow. So if we can see here, we have stored a class box, one class, where the box is having variables w, h, and d declared as double. So then class box demo is one more class where we have a main method, and within that we are created an object called b1 b2 of a class objects for a class box. So that's what you can see, box b1, box b2. We have created from a box class, and we have taken one more variable called as a volume of data type double. Then we have given box. So what is the width of my box? What is the height of my box? What is the distance? So I am giving some attributes for the class, attributes for the objects also. So b1.w, we are assigning it 2. b1.h, we are assigning 4. b1.d, we are assigning 3. This is for one box. I can create, we have created one more b2. For that also we are passing some values, width, height, and some distance. And now we are calculating the volume. So volume b1 into w, b1.w into b1.h multiplied by b1.d. This gives us the volume for the box. Calculate the volume and display the volume. Same way, do it for the one more box. So this is one more box. Multiply all the width, height, and distance. Store it in the variable called as a volume and display them. So after we multiply all these, we are getting first box as 24, second box as 60. Here there is a mistake. The second box is 60. So that's how here we just used two classes. One is box and box demo just to show you multiple classes. Then we have created two objects, multiple objects, b1, b2. Then we have assigned different attributes. What are the attributes we have passed? W, H, and D for one object, same way for another object. Yes, and we have calculated some volume and displayed it. Okay, so when you compile above program, two class files are created, box.class and boxdemo.class. Since main method is contained where the main method is, it is present in a box demo class. Main method is present in a box demo, so it will execute. So in the above example, we have created a class box. It contains three variables, W, H, and D. So then we have created an object for that, box b1 equals to new box. The above statement creates physical memory for one object of a box class. Every object is an instance of a class, and so b1 and b2 will have their own copies of instance variable W, H, and D. The memory layout for one of the object. So you can see box is one class, box demo is another class, and we are creating a object b1 and b2. So separate memory will be allocated for b1. Same way for b2 also separate memory will be allocated. So that's what the picture says to us. Okay, so how objects are created and declaring objects. So creating a class having a user defined data type. To have a variable of new data type, we should create an object. Consider the declaration. How do we declare? Box b1. This statement will not actually create any physical object, but the object name b1 can just refer to the actual object on the heap after memory allocation as follows. So we have done box b1. So b1 equals to new box. So what is this new box b1? Memory we are allocating. How much memory we are allocating? That is stored in b1. So we can even declare a box. Either you can do it in two steps or we can do it in a single step. Declare an object and allocate memory using a single statement, that is box b1 equals to new box. Without a usage of new, the object contains null. Once memory is allocated dynamically, the object b1 contains the address of real objects created on the heap. The memory map is as shown in the following diagram. So the statement b1, box b1, so one memory is allocated and it is null inside. What is that? b1. So once we say b1 equals to new box b1, so what is this? This is b1, And where it is pointing? It is pointing to W, H, and D, because box is a class. And we have created an object for that, that is B1. It is assigning W, H, and D. So this is how declaring an object from the class. And we know about a new operator. So why do we use a new operator? The general form for object creation. So how do we create an object? So object name. Here we have an object name, and this is a class name, and we are using a new operator. Here class name is actually constructor class. A constructor is a special type of member function invoked automatically when the object gets created. The constructor usually contains the code needed for object initialization. If we do not provide any constructor, then Java supplies a default constructor. Java treats primary types like byte, quote, int, long, character, double, boolean as ordinary variables, but not as an object of any class. This is to avoid extra overhead on the heap memory and also to increase the efficiency of the program. Java also provide a class version of these primitive types that can be used only if necessary. We will study them. So with the term dynamic memory allocation, we can understand the keyword new allocates memory for the object during runtime. So what is new? It is a dynamic memory allocation where it will allocate memory for the object at what time? At runtime. So you would have studied in your C language malloc and calloc. So malloc and calloc, what it is doing? Allocation of memory at runtime. Yes, same way here in Java, we use a new operator to allocate a memory for an object at what time? At runtime. So depending on the requirement, memory will be utilized. This will avoid problem with the static memory allocation. Can anyone give an example for static memory allocation? Static memory allocation. Yes, at least in C language, which is static memory allocation? Can anyone?
Array.
Yes, can anyone say? Someone is saying something. I'm not able to hear. Yes, someone told. It's right. Yes, say. You were right. You were right. What you told is right. Repeat again. Static memory allocation.
Array.
Correct. It is right. 100% right. So in array, what we are doing? In array, we fix it. Array of 10, array of 100, array of 20. So we allocate it and we are not changing it. That's the reason it is called as a static memory allocation. Static means what? The meaning of static is we are not going to change. So array is one type of static memory allocation. So to avoid like that wastage of memory, so we use a dynamic memory allocation. In Java, we use a operator called as a new operator. If there is no enough memory in the heap, we use new memory, new for memory allocation. It throws a runtime exception. We'll stop here. We'll continue in the next class. What's the date today? Date is 28. Answer your attendance, Anaga.
Yes, ma'am.
Abhilash.
Yes, ma'am.
Akhil.
Yes, ma'am.
Akrut.
Yes, ma'am.
Anusha.
Yes, ma'am.
Arvind,
Present, ma'am.
Harifulla,
Yes, ma'am.
Penaka,
Present, ma'am.
Banu Prakash,
Yes, ma'am.
Bhargav,
Yes, ma'am.
Rahmatullah,
Present, ma'am.
Chaitra,
Present, ma'am.
Chandana,
Present, ma'am.
Charan,
Yes, ma'am.
Darshan,
Present, ma'am.
Diksha,
Present, ma'am.
Dakshayani,
Present, ma'am.
Kishan,
Present, ma'am.
Harshit, Hemalata,
Present, ma'am.
Huma is here, Jayant,
Present, ma'am.
Divya, she has messaged. Kaushik,
Present, ma'am.
Lakshmi,
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Lavanya,
Present, ma'am, because of mic issue.
Manish, Manisha,
Present, ma'am. Ma'am, Manish, ma'am, present.
Manoj,
Yes, ma'am.
Mohit,
Yes, ma'am.
Naval,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Navya,
Present, ma'am.
Nikhil, Panindra, Pavan,
Present, ma'am.
Pooja,
Present, ma'am.
Purnima,
Yes, ma'am.
Raman, Rashmi,
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Sai Kumar,
Ma'am,
Present,
Rupak
ma'am.
present.
Rupak present. Samir,
Present, ma'am.
Santosh,
Present, ma'am.
Sadab, yes, Sharan,
Present, ma'am.
Shashank,
Present, ma'am.
Sheetal,
Present, ma'am.
Shivani,
Present, ma'am.
Soumya,
Present, ma'am.
Spurti,
Present, ma'am.
Sri Vishnu,
Present, ma'am.
Sugandhini,
Present, ma'am.
Sushma,
Present, ma'am.
Sushmita,
Present, ma'am.
Sushmitayu,
Present, ma'am.
Tirtha,
Present, ma'am.
Trupti,
Present, ma'am.
Varsha,
Present, ma'am.
Veena,
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am, Shadab has put his attendance in chat box.
yeah, I have marked Kishan.
Ma'am, Uma present, ma'am.
Why Uma you didn't answer? Huh? Okay.
My phone get hanging, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll stop here. We'll continue in the next class.